Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Wednesday, June 9th. Stock market today is just kind of flat, just buying time, the calm before the storm. We'll see what happens there. But since there's no really a lot of action there, I thought we'd talk about Bitcoin today. Now, Bitcoin has come down a lot. Right? Okay, we were at 65,000 and now we're at 35,000. Now, how did this happen? Well, I think it happened because of the Bitcoin gamblers. Now, I'm a stock market gambler, but some of these Bitcoin gamblers, they're amazing. They're amazing. Some of them have as much leverage on Bitcoin, like 100 to 1 is what I understand. This happens over in the Asian markets, and they can get 100 to 1 leverage on Bitcoin. Now, here in the U.S., we have what's called the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and this is a futures contract. You can get about 5 to 1 leverage, but this leverage is allowing people to buy, let's say, okay, even let's talk about the 5 to 1. They put up $5,000, they can buy 25,000 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's say they put up 10,000, they buy $50,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now they put up to 10,000 and they get one Bitcoin. What was that? 50,000. Now what happened when Bitcoin went down to 40,000? Well, they got a margin call. Okay, they either have to put up another 5,000 or they have to sell their Bitcoin. And a lot of them didn't have another 5,000 to put up. So they sold their Bitcoin, which kept pushing Bitcoin down lower and lower and lower, down to this 30,000 level. Okay, so gamblers are actually, well, they're not strong hands. In Bitcoin, you got what's called diamond hands. These are the holders. These are the ones who are never, ever, ever going to let go of their Bitcoin. Now, to be perfectly honest, I don't understand this concept. I'm a gambler. I jump in and I jump out. I'm a trader. I trade Bitcoin. Okay, but these holders, they have these diamond hands, and they hate these people with paper hands. But what they got is people with these broke hands. You see, they're out there on leverage. They're out there on leverage getting margin calls. They have to sell. They have to sell their Bitcoin. They don't have a choice. They have no more money to put in because they have broke hands. They're broke. They have no more money, so they have to sell their Bitcoin, or the exchange will sell their Bitcoin for them because the exchange does not want to be responsible for their debt. So they have to put up more money or they have to get out of their Bitcoin. And this is what's causing these huge fluctuations in Bitcoin. Now, is Bitcoin a bad thing? No, I don't think it's a bad thing. It gets you out of the dollar. The dollar is a bad thing because they're going to inflate the purchasing power of the dollar away. The dollar's going to go to zero. Okay, now you say, well, Mike, Bitcoin's a fiat currency also. There's nothing backing it. Yes, that's true. But what they have backing it is a network of believers. The more people that are using Bitcoin, the more the network expands. Now, don't get me wrong. The network can also contract, and Bitcoin can go to zero. It can go to zero. Believe me, it can. It can also go to 1 million if it gets adopted by everybody, and Bitcoin price will just keep going higher and higher. So Bitcoin's price is based upon how big the network of people using Bitcoin is. Bitcoin itself, really, it's just what? It's nothing. You show me one and you got nothing in your hand. You got an empty hand, okay? It's not physical. It's not like gold and silver, but it does have a network. And the network is what makes Bitcoin valuable. Now, if the network contracts, it does not make it valuable anymore. Now I want to take a look at some charts. Now I'm accumulating. Here's one that I'm accumulating right now. I'm accumulating the Grayscale Trust. This is the Bitcoin Trust. This is the GBTC. And I'm accumulating it here. Now it was up here at $60 and now it's down here at $28. It's basically a half off sale. Now you'll notice the 200-day moving average is still sloping up higher. Okay, we got the MACD down here at the bottom. We got the RSI bumping along the bottom, meaning we're close to a low. We're close to a low. It may still come in. Bitcoin may still see the $20,000 level again. It may. If it does, I think it's a buying opportunity. I don't think Bitcoin's done yet. I think this is a chance that you will be able to double your money. I do think Bitcoin will go back to its recent highs of $50,000, $60,000, let's call it. Okay, and that would double your money from here. I do not think you should should be gambling in Bitcoin. I am a stock market gambler, but I do not believe Bitcoin is a good thing to be gambling in. Why? Because it's too volatile. You will get scared out at a low. If Bitcoin drops 50% tomorrow, you'll be going, oh my God, I lost half my money. And you would be correct. And it can do that. You can lose half your money. You can lose all your money. But I think that's a good time to be accumulating this GBTC here. It's the Grayscale Trust. Now the other trust they have, which is the Ethereum Trust. Now Bitcoin's trading today around $35,000 and Ethereum is trading today around $2,500. Ethereum also is given a half off sale. It was trading up here at 42, now it's down here at 24. It's almost half price of where it was just a month ago. Okay, so we're getting a half off sale. People typically, they like to buy things on sale with their clothes on sale. They go to the mall and they buy it, right? But when stocks and when Bitcoin get on sale, people get frightened, they get afraid, and they get the hands off and they want to sell. Well, okay, I think it's a good time to be buying here. I think Ethereum and I think Bitcoin at these half off levels. Now, yes, it can go lower. I'm not saying it won't. It can go lower. And if it goes lower, I'm going to add to my position. I'm not all in. Don't put these people that just go all in on Bitcoin with their whole life savings. They're crazy people. Now, I want to talk about one of those right now. Let's talk about Michael Saylor. Let's take a look at his company. His company is called MicroStrategy. All right. So MicroStrategy was up here at 1,300. And, Michael Saylor, he started to look like a genius. He was one of the first corporations to put all the corporation's money, not his money, corporation's money into Bitcoin. And he bought 90,000 Bitcoin. 90,000, that's over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin for MicroStrategies. Who cares that MicroStrategies is a software company? We don't care about that. This is another Bitcoin trust. MicroStrategies. Now, MicroStrategies was trading up here at 1,300, and now it's down here around $450. It's about 2/3 off. Okay, do I think it's a good buy here? The weird part is I actually do. Do I think Michael Saylor's crazy? Yes, I do think he's crazy. Why? Why? Because he's a Bitcoin gambler. And I think Bitcoin gamblers are crazy. He's borrowing $500 million against his stock to buy more Bitcoin. He already owns 90,000 Bitcoin. Now, I explained to you that Bitcoin's value is based upon the network. Now, I see a problem in Bitcoin being that there's too many whales. Too much Bitcoin is concentrated amongst the whales. Okay, these big guys, they're holders. Now, he could have got out up here 1,300. He could buy it back here at 450. Wouldn't that be a good trade? You see, to me, that would be the smart thing to do. But these holders, they're whales, and when a whale doesn't want to be a holder anymore, what happens to the price of Bitcoin? It sends it down. It sends it down really fast. It sends it down really quick. But the whales are not what creates the value of Bitcoin. It's the network of Bitcoin. The more people that use it, the more people that use Bitcoin, it will keep its value. If people stop using Bitcoin, if they give up on Bitcoin, then it loses its value. Now, are people going to give up on Bitcoin if someone like Michael Saylor here, with his MicroStrategies, borrows $500 million and buys Bitcoin? Now, what happens when Bitcoin gets cut in half from here? Well, if it gets cut in half from here, he just lost $250 million, but he still owes the $250 million. So what's he going to have to do? He's going to have to sell his stock to pay it back, but his stock won't be up at 450. It'll be down around 100 because it'll be dropping like a rock. So anyway, sometimes a whale has to dump their Bitcoin, and this does not give confidence to Bitcoin holders. Now, don't be a holder. I'm telling you, holder, I just don't get that concept. Yes, it's a good time to buy right here, but good time to sell was back at 60,000 looking back. Of course it was, but there's places to get in and places to get out. If it goes from you buy it at 30,000, it goes to 60,000. You want to take some profits. You want to get out and wait for the pullback. And there will be pullbacks. Bitcoin has crashed 5 times, 80%. 80% or more 5 times already. And it's only been around 12 years. So that's like every other year it goes down by 80%. So if you have profits, you want to take them off when Bitcoin makes a run up. Now, right now might not be the best time to take profits off. Right now, I think we're getting to the bottom. I think Bitcoin crash is almost over. Now, it could go down 80%. We're down about 50% right now from a 65,000 high. It's down about 35,000. Can it get down to 28, 25, even 20,000? Yeah, absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. That's where I'll be adding to my position. I'll be adding to my position in GBTC. This is what I'm accumulating right now. Okay, I'm accumulating down here $27, $28. Now, will it drop below 20? Very possible. Very possible. But I'm going to be buying more. I'm not all in. I put a little bit in, and I'm going to add on the way down. Now, if it takes off from here, yeah, I'll be a holder for a while. But I'm a trader. I jump in, I jump out. And that's what I recommend doing with Bitcoin. Anyways, this is all I got to talk about today is the Bitcoin crash. We've crashed. I think it's a good time to start accumulating. And if you can stack Bitcoin, I don't know how you stack them. They're not really physical. But anyways, I'm a GBTC stacker. I'm stacking the Bitcoin Trust. I'm accumulating it, okay? And now I'm not going to hold it forever. I'm waiting for it to bounce up, and then I'm going to sell it. That's just what I'm doing. You do your own research. If you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up. If you really like it, hit the subscribe button so we can talk more. We can talk more this week. A lot going to go on. It's really quiet in the stock market right now, but that's going to change. And I'll tell you why that's going to change in another video. So get out there. Have a great Wednesday. I'm Tall Mike. Give me the thumbs up, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.